feels empty now. The pain builds up inside. I tried so many times to imagine that you're here. Pretend you're coming back, pretend that you're still near, but it's no use now. You've moved on, but just remember this: you got a piece of my heart. So please remember me, my love. Don't ever wash away those tears we both cried. And as we go our separate ways, I remember you each day. And maybe one day you'll return with my broken heart. Another lonely day, another sleepless night. I wonder what you're feeling and who's now by your side. I wish I could have changed the way the story goes, rewrite my life with you, and whisper one more time, amore mio, ti amo. 'Cause it's not easy to move on while I'm still so lost in you. You've got a piece of my heart, so please remember me, my love. Don't ever wash away those tears we both cried. And as we go our separate ways, I'll remember you each day. And maybe one day you'll return with my broken heart. This heart of mine belongs to you. You're so deep inside my soul. When two hearts beat as one, don't ever let go. Baby, just remember this: so remember my love. We both cried. And as we go our separate ways, I remember each day. One day you return with my heart set. So please remember me, my love. Don't ever wash away those tears we both cried. So never wash away those tears each day of my life. One day you return, you stay in my life. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Good afternoon, everybody. Giada Valenti in Las Vegas. It's now 2:03 Las Vegas time here on the west coast of the United States. 5 p.m. for you guys watching from New York City. Of course, 4 p.m. for you Central Time in the US. I know it's ore 23 della notte per voi che ci guardate dall'Italia, mamma e papà vi saluto, un abbraccio, and of course 22 for Ireland, England, and good morning to all the people watching from Australia. I know it's early morning, even 5 or 7, depends on which side of Australia you are. I see some new people joining today for the first time. So if you're watching for the first time, welcome. Where are you watching from? I see Raji, I see Michael. Where are you guys watching? I see Jenny Darling. I know you're from Chicago. And of course, Diane Fiorentino. Big guest to you and Sal. I'm going to be talking about you two guys at the end of the program. So Giada Valenti here. If you're new, I was born and raised in Venice, Italy. This is the sign for Italy in sign language. We always do some deaf awareness sign in this program. So I want to welcome you. You're welcome to come. This is the sign for welcome. I've done 112 episodes, 100 non-stop, one day after another, and now I go with the summer schedule 3 times a week. And today is Thursday. I also want to say hello to all my friends of Italian Living, my friend Richard Micheli for joining me on this adventure. And we are promoting on Thursday anything and everything that has to do with Italian excellence. Everything is excellent in Italy. So today actually we are going to be talking about more wine, this sign language for wine, very difficult for me, thanks to Diane Fiorentino. Delicious wine. You know that I am a singer and a songwriter, so I do not know nothing about wine, but I do love to cook, sign for cook, because on Saturday I'm in this kitchen where I am today cooking, and I wanted to learn more about wine, so when I'm cooking something I know which kind of wine can go well and pair with the food I'm cooking. So since July I've been doing this Giada Live together with my friends of Bosco del Merlo, that is a winery in the place where I was born and raised near Venice, and they have been selling wine to me, and I've been educating myself, and you've been learning with me more about wine. Today we'll be talking about aperitivi, 2 delicious aperitivi that we can make with the Prosecco. If you haven't seen the episode about Prosecco or Pinot Grigio in the last 2 weeks, you can always go back on giada.live, because I see a lot of new people, and you can watch old episodes. So this is what happened. On Tuesday we always have amazing guests, and I interview amazing friends of the music, of televisions, of cinema world, of authors, whatever, great people. Then on Thursday we have this Italian culture and lifestyle with Italian living, and Saturday I'm in the kitchen. So today is Thursday, you're not confused. So why am I in the kitchen? Simple reason. First of all, I wanted to make these 2 aperitivi cocktails together with you. And second, today, actually at 5 p.m., so in 3 hours, I will be hosting an event for my friend Elizabeth Pitcher in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm going live with the Betty Brand organization. It's an amazing organization that helps women. And I will be hosting the event, giving away some amazing awards to amazing lady from the Betty Branch organizations, and I will be cooking 2 amazing dishes, 2 delicious, I would say delicious dishes. And so if you want to stay, actually join me later. It's at 5 p.m. for us here on the West Coast, and it's 8 p.m. for you guys in New York, very late at night for all the rest of you watching, early in the morning still for you guys in Australia. So if you want to join me later, I will have at the end of the program a card so you can see the link and you can join me. It's for free, and you can see me in 3 hours when I will be talking, and I will be also singing to song, cooking, and giving some award away. So I said, let's build everything and stay in the kitchen. Without further ado, what is happening today? Few things happening today. So we are gonna have a journey, continue our journey to the planet of wine, talking about the aperitif with Prosecco, Sen. Then what are we gonna have? We are gonna make a little stop in Florence, in Laiatico to be sure, I will tell you why. And then we will take a little tour in Venice, my own town, to visit some historic cafe of Venice. And then of course at the end of the program, as always, we're going to have the birthday and the event in history, thanks to my dear friend Doug Hartley. So this is what happening today. So where would I be? Do you guys know if where you would have been today if it was not for COVID-19? I do know actually. Today I would have been, as sure things, in Italy. Actually, I would have been in Laiatico, which is in Tuscany. Laiatico, it's a beautiful village un borgo where was Andrea Bocelli was born. Andrea Bocelli was born in Laiatico, born and raised over there, and every year, already for 15 years, he does an amazing concert with all friends, and everybody from the world is joining him. It's an open-air theater, a beautiful theater. JJ will show in a second some of pictures of that, and it would have happened tomorrow and Sunday. That's called Il Teatro del Silenzio, the theater of silence, and you can see it from far away. That's where the concert normally is taking place, and I would have been there. So no worry, guys, because I know Andrea and Veronica have just postponed the concert to next year. So it's going to be next year, the 24th and 26th of July, and I hope to be there. That's the new advertisement for the concert. As you can see, Il Mistero della Bellezza, the mystery of beauty, is going to be the theme of next year. If you have never seen that event, it's beautiful, and it's one of the most dear event for Andrea and Veronica. They really work the whole year around to organize that beautiful event. So it's happening next year. And Veronica and Andrea, if you are not familiar, on their website, you can see they posted some beautiful pictures of this day in Laiatico. So since we cannot be all there with them, they put all flags from all country from all around the world, and they said this symbolizes all of you, they said, and with a hope and that we are going to see you all next year. Yeah, how beautiful it is. And that's normally when people gather for the concert. So if you want to join us next year, it's going to be July next year. That's what I would have been. So that said, what else? Before we take the wine journey and we learn more about the aperitivi that I'm going to be making for you, I want to take you for a little second to Venice. You know, I was born and raised in Venice. This is the sign for a gondola in sign language. And Venice, it's actually, many of you may not know, it's where the coffee originated, the coffee bar actually. You know, Venice had a lot of trade with Arabic country where the coffee, they discovered coffee, they brought it to Venice. It was actually in Venice where they started the traditions of people going somewhere for coffee, something, the coffee bar that now are all over the world. And today, before we start, we make the aperitif, I want to take you to 3 beautiful historic cafe of my Venice. As they call it, La Bottega del Caffè. There are 3 very famous: Caffè Florean, Caffè Quadri, and the Harris Bar. JJ is gonna show you some pictures. Let's start with Caffè Florean. Was founded in 1720 and opened under the name Alla Venezia Trionfante, open under the name which means Venice Triumphant. From then on, this elegant building has been characterized by exclusive products and guests. Here, noblemen, politicians, intellectual, womanizers would meet and was socialized, like Carlo Goldoni, Casanova, yes, that's the interior of Caffè Florian, and recently Gabriele D'Annunzio. It's very beautiful, and as you can see, the interior is very rich. It's been renovated. It opened, remember, in 1720. So it's as interiors, original interiors, it's a beautiful place to go. And actually, it's also nice to know that the famous Biennale of Venice, where all the actors from Hollywood and from all over the world gather, started here at Caffè Florian in 1800. And that's a beautiful historic building. The second one that is very, and is not far away from the Grand Canal. Another one that is historic is Gran Caffè Quadri, the big cafe of the square. I'm sure everybody knows. Gigi is going to show you the pictures. Many people in Venice, they go there for a coffee. It's very expensive. They also have musicians playing outside. That's the outside, is of course in Piazza San Marco. And also this one, he opens in 1775, so a few years later. By the way, Caffè Florian celebrate this year, actually on March 13, he celebrated 300 years of his existence. This is a little bit newer because he started, Caffè Grandi Quadri started in 1775. And also here, a lot of famous people, of course, in the history gathered together, like Stendhal, Lord Byron, Alexandre Dumas, Wagner, Michel Proust. Michael Prost or Marcel Prost, as they say. And it's the favorite of many, many actors during the Biennale of Venice. You always spot there in the beautiful interiors. They never sit outside normally, in my experience. Famous actor, and Woody Allen really, really love to make a stop here. As I said, coffee, it's quite expensive if you stop that, but you're paying for the experience. Also the Café Florian, I'm always actually I use Café Florian as a room to change myself. When I was filming my PBS special, if you have seen it in the extra footage, we filmed some things where I need to go from normal clothes to evening gowns, and I used Café Florian at the bathroom to go and change. And they were very kind to me because they saw me go in and out with different outfits, and they were like, what's going on? Then I explained what it was, and actually they also offered us a cup of coffee, so they are very, very kind. And third historic bar in Venice, much more recent because it originated in 1931, if you want to call it recent, is of course the famous Harry Bar, where we today one of the cocktails we're making originated. So this one opened in 1931, and in 2001, that's actually the owner of now, Arrigo Cipriani. In 2001, it became a national monument by the Ministry of Cultural Heritage, the Harry's Bar. That's the current owner, as I said, because it was founded by, it's another bar, by the way, that was the famous for Ernst Hemingway. If you go inside, you find a lot of pictures and paintings on the wall. But other very famous customers from the past are Arturo Toscanini, the musicians, Guglielmo Marconi, Charlie Chaplin, Alfred Hitchcock, James Stewart, Truman Capote, Orson Welles, Barbara Hutton, Peggy Guggenheim, George Clooney, yes, George is often spotted there, and Woody Allen too. A little bit of history of this very famous establishment. It's a landmark, as I said, and it's nice. I read here the story. Why is it called Harry's Bar? Not really a Venetian name. This is the story. The bar was named after Harry Pickering, a young American student who moved to Venice with his aunt in 1920 from America, from New York. After 2 months, Harry Pickering fell out of his hunt. They returned to the United States, and she went away and left him alone and broke in Venice. The story is that Giuseppe Cipriani, that at the time was a barman in the hotel where he was staying, gave him some money so he was able to go back to the United States. A few years back, of course, he came back as a young man and more wealthy to Venice, and not only he paid Mr. Cipriani back the money, he gave Mr. Cipriani extra money, and with that money, Mr. Cipriani opened a cafe and restaurant, and of course he decided to call it Harry in honor of his friend. It opened May 13, 1931, so not so long ago. And we are staying actually at the Harry's Bar because it's been at the Harry's Bar that Mr. Cipriani himself already created one of the cocktails that we are making today that can be made with Prosecco, you know, this kind of dry bubbling wine that we talked about it 2 weeks ago. We said everything about this one. So let's taste there. So with Prosecco, if you have seen the episode, it's delicious by himself. I'm not a wine drinker, and I read it. It originated in Venice, as you can see there on the picture. It's delicious also by himself, and I really love this one from my friend Bosco del Merlo, from my friend Giuseppe and Alberto. But you can make some delicious cocktails because it's summertime, you want to have something fresh, and normally these two cocktails that I'm making, you have it as an aperitivo, so to instigate, to make you more hungry and have a better lunch or a dinner, you drink normally in Venice or all over Italy, matter of fact, all over the world, you drink them before. So they are the Bellini, the one that originated at the Harry's Bar, thanks to Mr. Cipriani, or the Spritz with Aperol, the Aperol Spritz, as they call it in Italy. So here are the beautiful pictures. They are very colorful, as you see, and you will see everybody, actually, if you go to Venice, but in many, many places, everybody are enjoying either Bellini or Aperol Spritz, and we're going to be making them to them, and then you can make them at home, of course. So it's peach season, by the way. I bought some peach yesterday. They are delicious right now. So I thought, how convenient that we are doing this episode about the Bellini today. Bellini, so they are easy. I'm reading because remember, I don't know nothing about drinking cocktail. So I'm learning together with you. So if you're watching and you already know how to make it, well, maybe next time you can be my guest and tell me. For now, I'm reading how to make it. So listen to here. Bellini are easy to make. We will know in a second because I'm going to be making it. And perfect when you're hosting a brunch or a nice lunch in the summer weekend. Perfect today. We have 110 degrees in Las Vegas. Too often, Bellini are made with overly sweet peach nectar or peach liquor. But Bellini in Italy are made with fresh peach puree, which doesn't need any sugar added. This is why I actually took some peaches. I'm going to show you in a second. Here they are. And I already pureed them. So, and we're going to be, I'm going to tell you how I did it. So, it's going to be made with Prosecco and fresh peach puree, puree di pesca. We call this one pesca in Italiano. Bellini. So, you can also make them with a frozen peach in case you don't have a delicious peach available in the place where you are from. Frozen peach. So, history of the Bellini. The Bellini was invented by Giuseppe Cipriani, the founder of the Harrelson bar in Venice, Italy. This is interesting. He named the drink the Bellini because its unique pink color, pinkish, that remind him the toga of the saint in a painting of the 15th century's artist Giovanni Bellini. That's why the name. The drink started as a seasonal specialty, of course, because the peach were available only in this season. Later, it also became part of the popular bar in New York, as you know. We have a Harris bar also in New York. And after a French entrepreneur set up as a business of fresh peach that could be shipped all over the world, well, in both locations, it became a year-round favorite. Now you can have Bellinis all over the season, even in Italy, but all over the world. The Bellini is an IBA official cocktail. They also suggest they also made other cocktails, which is interesting. Listen to this. You can make a Puccini, replacing the peach puree with a mandarin juice, or you can make a Rossini, all musicians, which use strawberry. I think I'm gonna like that one too, with a strawberry puree. Or you can make a Tintoretto, which is a Venetian painter, made with pomegranate juice. So these are all variations of the things. Peach tips and notes I'm reading here. The authentic Bellini are made with peaches. So all the others have different name. Great peaches make great Bellini, and lousy peaches make lousy Bellini. I'm reading here, which remind me of my grandmother. My grandmother always say, to cook something delicious, you need delicious ingredients. You use crappy one, you can be the best chef in the world, you can never make a good dish. So make sure that you buy ripe peaches. For instance, this one, I made it this morning. This one was not so good. It's better when they are a little bit more ripe. This one is, when you touch it, is a little bit more soft. So when you buy your peaches to make the Bellini, make sure you buy the one that are a little bit like, not really hard like this one, a little bit more soft, because you get a better puree out of it. So that's a little tip. So these are the rules. You can find great peaches frozen. How to make it? If you take the frozen one, because you don't find this good one, you find the frozen one, defrost them first. Otherwise, it's gonna be very difficult to make the puree. So you put them aside of the freezer. You let them defrost a little bit. Read in here, because I have no idea, never made it. And then you puree them, and then you make your Bellini. So how to peel fresh peaches? That was an experience for me, because if you can take a knife and just peel them off, or you take away so much of your peach. And normally you need 2 to make a Bellini, otherwise you need 3 because you take a much. So I read that there is a very little trick, which is this one. Basically, I think JJ also a little video because I did it this morning. You are gonna put the peaches in hot boiling water for 30-40 seconds. So you cut the peaches a little bit with a knife, and then you put them on your stove like that, and you turn them very quickly, like 40-30 seconds. Then you take them out. You can either put them on some ice, but me, I just took them out, and I took a knife, and it was very easy to peel them. You cut the peaches a little bit like this, you know, in X kind of things, and then you put it on the water, and then it's gonna be very easy to to peel them, and you're not gonna lose much of your peach. So that's what I did today. Learn that one. So if you're gonna make it, that's a little trick that I've learned. Other things, I already told you, if they're frozen, you have to defrost them. And I'm gonna say, before we are trying to make the spritz, I'm gonna try to make one. So here's what I did. I puree this morning. The Bellini, sorry, what did I say? The spritz now. This is the Bellini. So here I puree my peach. Keep in mind, I just puree them. There is no sugar. I'm gonna put in all this puree that I made this morning. Look at that, it's delicious. It's kind of healthy too. Yeah, JJ showing this morning when I was pureeing those peaches. Let me see. I don't want to lose a lot of my peaches. Delicious peaches. This is also delicious to eat with nothing. So here it's my peach puree. Then this is, I've been told, how you prepare the glass. Actually, no, this is for later. Sorry, this is the glass. Sorry. So you take a glasses. Very easy. Look how delicious is that. I don't know how much, but I'm gonna finish all my puree, because you know me. Actually, they say 1 peach a person, so every glass is 1 peach. That's how they do it in Venice too. And then we're gonna taste it, guy. So if you make it, of course, at home, or if you have made it already before, make sure that you take pictures and you show me how you are making your Bellini. Cleaning my thing here. Here we go. So here is my peach puree, and then basically I've been told, so I'm gonna fill the rest of the glass with my Prosecco. And then I'm gonna show you something that I did wrong apparently last week, and I've been told that was no good, how to drink it. Look how bubbling it is. If you watch the episode that I told you, I mean, you can learn everything about the Prosecco. Some are very bubbling and some are not. So I have to fill the glass, I've been told. So it's bubbling a lot, so it's gonna take me a little bit. JJ, am I doing a good job? You should know, normally in our family, JJ is the one that prepared the cocktail. So today I am the cocktail specialist. It looks delicious, actually. Here we go. So, if Mr. Cipriani is watching us, by the way, the Harris bar, sadly enough, was closed during COVID-19 in Venice. And when the new rules came, of course, of social distance, moving the table and having less people in the bar, Mr. Cipriani, which is of a certain age, he didn't want it to reopen, because he said he was losing money to open with less table for less people. So the Harris bar is at the moment closed, and they're not even sure they want to reopen. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what they call in Venice Bellini. It doesn't need to be stirred, it doesn't need to do anything, it just needs to be drinking. So I'm gonna pass one to JJ right now. JJ, you can test it for me right away. That's JJ. So chin chin to JJ. Guy, this is, oh yeah, you see, I make it, JJ said it again. So that's the thing. When you're drinking something that is cold, a cold glass of wine, you know me, I don't know nothing, I drink cola. So you're not supposed to take the glass like this, because your hand is warm and it's gonna warm up your drink. So that's the way you need to take your glass. So very easy, but for somebody like me that doesn't know anything about wine, voila, I've learned something, so I'm gonna taste it. Is actually quite delicious. But you know me, I don't drink, so I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna be drinking this one. I'm gonna have 2 cocktails before my lunch. I haven't had my lunch and it's 2:30. So this is, by the way, delicious. So now you know how you make the Bellini. So you need peach puree, you puree your peaches, and you put your Prosecco half and half. No sugar added. Actually, it's very sweet by themselves. Remember, make sure you find nice peaches, because good peaches make good Bellini, and of course also a good Prosecco. This is my favorite, but if you like another one, I know Santa Margherita of many other brands are out there. Just use your favorite and try to make the Bellini. And if you make it, I see there, hello Janet and Antonio, salute, also Ida, chin chin. Let's have one and take a pictures of you and the Bellini. This is mine. Now we are going to learn about the second possibility that we can make. It's called the Aperol Spritz. We lost the Aperol in Italy. We call him only the Spritz. And if you are in Venice, you are gonna you find all this bar where you can buy those cicchetti. The cicchetti is famous little, like little Venetian tapas that you find all over Venice. And you always have people with the Spritz and the little cicchetti. Or you can have an olives. Here it's my olives, like this one. You can have your olives, and then you're gonna have your Bellini. Look at that. That's the picture. So I'm not gonna have my olives now, neither my Bellini. I keep it for the end of the program. And we're going to the Aperol Spritz. Let me read here what I found out about Aperol Spritz, in case you don't know. It's very refreshing and not too sweet. That's what they say. So because Aperol actually is bitter, we're gonna taste it in a second. So it also has alcohol. So you know me, I never had it. So Aperol ingredients, it's very easy. You need some Aperol, a bottle of Aperol. It's a bright orange aperitif, and is described as zesty orange with complex herbal scents harmonized with a touch of vanilla. That's how it's described. And you can look for Aperol near liqueurs of Amaros liquors in the store. That's where I found it yesterday here in Las Vegas. Then you need Prosecco, of course. They recommend to have a dry one, so it doesn't ruin the taste of your spritz. Then you need club soda. There I have my sparkling water. Actually, normally I put a lot of that in mine. For the future I will do it. I will tell you in a second. You can also make it without Prosecco, only Aperol and soda. And then you need a slice of orange. Here it is. Before I thought that was the Bellini. No, this is the Spritz. So how to make an Aperol Spritz? Very interesting. Aperol Spritz cocktails are unbelievably easy to make. I like that because, you know, even when I cook, everything has to be easy and delicious. So this is maybe going to be something, both of them actually, they're easy to make. So if you're going to be my guest, I'll be making them both. So we need no cocktail shaker or fancy equipment required. Very good, because I don't have none of it. So this is how you adjust a spritz. The general accepted ratios is equal parts of Aperol and Prosecco plus a splash of club soda. However, you can play around, they say, with the ratio until your Aperol Spritz tastes exactly perfect the way you like it. So basically, I've read that there is a rule, since the Aperol is apparently very bitter. So if you don't like it very bitter, you add more Prosecco. If you like more the bitter taste, you add more Aperol. So easy it is to make it. And to make it less boozy, so with less alcohol, this is gonna be for me, you add more of your sparkling water. Actually, it can also be made, as I said, for people that don't drink much alcohol. It can be made only with the sparkling water. Keep in mind, Aperol have also 11% of alcohol. So there is still, even if you use seltzer, there is some alcohol inside. I have a funny story that happened to me. But anyway, I won't tell you. I thought I was drinking something that was not alcoholic years back, and it was an Aperol with water. And then suddenly the staircase started to move around the bar. And I remember looking at JJ, and I felt like my chair was moving. And I said to JJ, is there by any chance alcohol in what I'm drinking? JJ said, oh yeah. That explained what everything was moving. That's happened to me. So soon my room will be moving around. So I'm going to be like, guys, why is everything moving on? Actually, I'm starting to get used to the alcohol. But that's what happened to me years back when I tested Aperol. So Aperol, a few stories about Aperol I found out, because as I told you, I didn't know. Aperol was originally produced by the Barbieri company based in Padua, where I studied psychology, but is now produced by the Campari group, which is very big all over the world. Although it tastes and smells much like Campari, if you add Campari, Aperol has an alcoholic content of 11%, as I said before. less than half than of Campari. And Aperol and Campari have the same sugar content, so there is also sugar there in case you have diabetes. And Aperol has a less bitter taste than Campari. A few things I found out. Aperol, because I was wondering where is the bitter things, because there was another liquor that my father loved, was Cynar, was made of artichokes. So I was wondering how Aperol is made with, and I found out that it's very bitter and it's made of gentian, rhubarb, and cinchona, that is a special kind of flower that is imported from Peru. JJ has a card, I show you. It's basically are vegetable and flowers that makes this one. JJ will find the things. And of course he has, so look, you see gentiana, rhubarb, and cinchona. That's what gives the bitter taste of the Aperol. Well, that said, without further ado, I would say, what about, I'm gonna make also this one. So, take my big super music glasses, thanks to my friend Victoria Sampson. These glasses are engraved for me and came directed all the way from Murano, Italy. And I got them from my dear friend Victoria Sampson when I was filming my PBS special. I don't know which one of the two, but one of those two glasses was on stage with me when I was singing on my PBS special. So, very easy to make. They say Aperol, and I'm going to make a half and half. Of course, it's a big glass, so I'm not going to fill it in completely. So, I'm going to put some of the Aperol. It doesn't make any difference which of the two drinks you put first. I would say like this. You know me, red is my favorite color, and this is the sign language for red. So this is something I may like. Does it smell like anything? Actually, it has very nice smell. Aperitivo. Maybe my glasses are too big, and we will be drunk, and I have to host another event later, so I will not be drinking all these things. I will put it in the refrigerator and drink it later. So, some Prosecco. And I'm going to be tasting for you. Let's see how it tastes like. So, JJ, this is for you, my dear. Take an olive, because you haven't eaten anything. I don't want to get you drunk behind the camera either. So, JJ is taking an olive, and chin chin to you. So, I'm going to take my spritz. So, when you are in Italy, you will see a lot of people drinking this one, of course. If you want to order, you don't even have to say Aperol Spritz. You just can say in Italy, uno spritz per favore. Uno spritz per favore. So let's see how it tastes like. Actually, I like it too. That's my problem. Since I'm doing this journey into the planet of wine, I found out that I kind of like wines. At least the one that are very sweet like this one. And I surely like this cocktail. So the question is now, Bellini or Spritz? Which one of the two is your favorite? Look how pretty they look. So, sparkling water. Yes, Frank, if you want, you can also put some sparkling water on it. I didn't do it because I'm going to be doing it later. Because as I said, I'm not going to be drinking those two. Otherwise, I'm going to be drunk. And I have to host another event at 5. So, Bellini, Spritz. Bellini for me, Janet is saying. So, Antonio, what is for you? Antonio, going to be talking about you for in a second. So, guys, up to you. If you like Bellini or if you like Spritz. The presentation, I must say, I really love the Spritz. Also because I do love orange. And by the way, you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be eating a piece of orange. And you can also put the orange inside, I've been told. This is delicious. What I like about these two cocktails, JJ, there is fruit. I'm obsessed with fruit, so this was delicious, right? So chin chin, Bellini. I'm gonna be drinking a sip more at the end. But now, without further ado, Bellini. Everybody prefers Bellini. Guys, you should try also the Spritz. Actually, it's very bitter. It's very nice. I actually, if I have to choose, hard to say, but I do like the Spritz. Maybe if I have to become an alcoholic, I may go, JJ is laughing. If I have to become an alcoholic, I may go for that one. Which, by the way, the Aperol was kind of expensive, $20 for this bottle. And I may have used too much Aperol. I wonder, can anybody tell me if this glass is too big to make an Aperol? Because I'm like, a bottle of this one, you can make 4 spritz. So they cost you $5. So when you pay like $20 for a cocktail, actually you don't pay that much because the Aperol is expensive. So, spritz. I see some people also rooting for the spritz. Very good, guys. Me too. I like them both, but maybe spritz. And it's red, which is my favorite color, so even my nail polish is red today. So, this was the journey into the planet of love. So, the planet of love and the planet of wine. And now, before we go to the end of the program, of course, there is always events and birthday because we like to learn things. We use COVID-19 to learn things. So today is July 23rd, believe it or not, almost the end of July. And this is what happened today in history. In 1599, Caravaggio, famous painter, received his first public commissions for his paintings, and he would go on to create incredible works in Milan, Naples, and Sicily. When you go to Italy, that's a painting of Caravaggio. His painting is combine a realistic observation of human states, both physical and emotional, with a dramatic use of lighting called chiaroscuro. He was the creator of a style of painting called tenebrismo, the tenebrism, that has influenced many painters like Rembrandt in Holland. One of his work, the biblical heroine Judith beheading General Holofernes, was found by accident in a Toulouse attic in 2014 and is estimated to be worth 150 millions. I've been told and reading here that the Louvre wanted to buy it, but they could not buy it because it represented 15 years of their acquisitions budget, $150 million. Well, we didn't show the painting because it is a little bit gruesome, but you can find it on the internet, and if you want to see it for real, is Palazzo Bernini in Rome. That's where you can see the painting. In 1829, today in history, William Huston Bart patented the typographer in 1829, which makes it the American first typewriter. The model invented by Bart was destroyed, unfortunately, in 1839 by a fire. But although the typewriters had been invented, Bart was the first in America and possibly the first properly that built it anywhere in the world. Nice to know. Typewriter really changed the history. And in 1852, today, the first interment USA National Cemetery and the Presidio in San Francisco, look at that place, predating even the Civil War, is a solemn place to visit and to honor those that serve our country. And that's our dog in that place. Dog, that place is beautiful. You can see the bridge from there, the Golden Gate Bridge. I love San Francisco, one of my favorite places. So today also in 1904, fun things, the ice cream cone is created during the St. Louis World Fair. And the first cone was reputedly made by two brothers, Charles and Frank Menchens. They said that the idea came to them when they saw a lady taking one layer of baked waffles and roll it around the ice cream in order to help it eat it. And there is also a postage stamp in honor of that creation that we just show. And pictures, the next pictures, still very fashionable. Last year in Verona, me and my mom, we were having one of those delicious cones thanks to Charles and Frank. Look at that. That was my favorite ice cream with coconuts with my beautiful mom. Mamma, ci sei anche tu, il gelato nel cono di Verona. And today in history, in 1929, the Italian government under Benito Mussolini officially banned the use of foreign words in Italy. The aim was to Italianize the culture and purge it from foreign influences. And you can see, qui si parla solamente italiano. One of the reasons that the older generations of Italian, they do not speak English. Right now, of course, everything is changed. On this Saturday, 25th, 14 years later, in 1943, Mussolini would be dismissed and arrested, choosing that chapter of the Italian history. And in 1966, we come back to the United States. Frank Sinatra's album Strangers in the Night reached #1 in the USA charts and will receive Grammys for Record of the Year and Best Male Vocal Performance. And on a different note, Strangers in the Night is my favorite Frank Sinatra song. And birthday of today, in July 23rd, 1894, Arthur Treacher, English TV announcer from Merv Griffin Show, was born in Brinton, England. Well known for his films from the 1920 through the 60s, also with Shirley Temple, I remember him. He also became known as Merv Griffin sidekick announcer, and even loaned his name to a chair of fish and chips restaurant, which at one point they were quite big over the United States with 800 stores. Right now, only a few are left over in New Jersey and New York. I've never been there though. 1925, Gloria DeHaven, American musical actress and singer, was born in Los Angeles, California. And today, look how beautiful she was. She began her career as a child actor in Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times. She starred in many MGM musical and movie opposites such as actor as Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly, and was married to Harold Flynn. Beautiful, beautiful woman. And in 1941, Sergio Mattarella, Italian president at the moment since 2015, was born today in Palermo, Sicily, and turns today 79th. Tanti auguri carissimo presidente. I had the pleasure to meet him actually in New York City. And he must have been of the generations of Benito Mussolini because he could not speak English, and the whole speech was translated by somebody. So the speech was already 25 minutes with translations was, you made the calculations. But anyway. And today, in 1944, Dino Danelli, the American rock drummer who played with several groups, including the Rascals and the Young Rascals. You remember Felix Cavaliere last week was my guest. He played also in Groovin'. Yes, he was born today in Jersey City, New Jersey, and turned 76 years young. Happy birthday, Dino. And in 1961, Woody Harrelson, one of my favorite actors, and was born today in Midland, Texas, and turned 59. He's a character actor, but very, very great actor. And in 1968, the world of fashion supermodel Stephanie Seymour was born today in San Diego, California, and turns today 52. And in 1979, last birthday of today, Michelle Williams, the singer-songwriter who is a member of the group, of course, Destiny Child, was born in Rockford, Illinois, and turns today 41 years young. And, there is one more today. In 1989, one of my favorite, Daniel Radcliffe, is born in London, England, and turns today 31. Look how cute he was when he was playing Harry Potter. He's still very cute, but hey, he's 31 years old. Can you believe it? Look at that child. And of course, tomorrow we are not going to be live, and there are a few nice things that I want to report anyway. So tomorrow in 1534, Jacques Cartier landed in Canada, claiming it for France. So he discovered Canada, and he made it French. And in 1911, American explorer Hiram Bergman discovers Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Incas. It's hard to imagine, Doug is saying, and I feel so too, that to discover such a beauty like that when you don't even know it's existing, it must have been like amazing. And that happened today in 1911. And I remember last week I said it was one of the wonder of the world. So unbelievable. And tomorrow also, in 1969, American first man to the moon arrived safely back home again when they needed also to be quarantined for a long while. That's the picture with the president. Which president is that one, J.J. Nixon? President Nixon and the 3 astronauts when they landed. And of course, then they have to also go in quarantine, like us if we travel now. Should I go to Italy now? I have to be in quarantine for 2 weeks. There we go. Birthday of tomorrow, Amelia Earhart was born in 1897 and was born in Atchison, Kansas. We spoke about her. She is an aviation pioneer who earned the USA Distinguished Flying Cross from becoming the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. She also helped to form a group of female pilots known as the 99s. There is a beautiful documentary, I think it's on Netflix or Amazon, if you want to watch about it. Very interesting. And tomorrow, in 1951, Linda Carter, got to meet her, was born in Phoenix, Arizona, and turned 69 years old. As you can see, she was famous for playing Wonder Woman, but she was also Miss World USA, and she's also a singer. Actually, that's how I saw her. I saw her perform in Los Angeles. Amazing, beautiful woman. And tomorrow, the Queen, one of my favorite, Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, was born tomorrow in 1969, and she turns 51 years young. What, JJ?
I don't have a picture.
You don't have a pictures of Jennifer Lopez? Who need the pictures of Jennifer Lopez? Just pictures perfection and then you have Jennifer Lopez. So happy birthday, dear J-Lo. She lives in LA, never met her, but she had the first #1 hit in 1999, and she never stopped ever since. Well, this was the episode of today, but before we leave, you know, I'm always very grateful. There are a few things. I want to thank, by the way, everybody for being here with me. I see Janet, my Italian signorina. I see Jenny Dolan. I see, who else? I see some new people too. If you're new, Firenze, William Mazza. Di dove sei? Io sono di Venezia. William Mazza is asking, which apparently say di Firenze. Io sono di Venezia, nata e cresciuta a Venezia, but right now I'm Las Vegas. So thank you. And also Sandy. Sandy is new. I love fish and chips. I make for you when I visit you one day. I'm in. And I will prepare some spritz for you to go well with the fish and chips. So thank you for that. So if you're new, guys, let me know where you're watching from. And keep liking and sharing and subscribing to my YouTube. We need to grow the number. We need to make the circle of love bigger. So it's now 2:48. In 2 hours, I will be live here in the kitchen again, hosting an event for my friend Elizabeth for the Betty Brand organizations. I will be honoring 4 amazing people. I will be singing 2 songs, and I will be cooking. So if you want to join me later, I think you just need to go to bettybrand.com. There is also another card that I made, JJ, where they can see all the information. It's free. It's on YouTube too, and I think it's also going to be on Facebook. So, William is watching from Boston. So, guys, you can join me later at 5 p.m. for me here in Las Vegas, which is 8 p.m. for you guys there. Antonio is going to be very late for you over there in Ireland, but maybe you can join me anyway. I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be making a pasta salad, and I'm going to make, of course, since the event is called Una Notte in Italia, a night in Italy, I'm going to be making a tiramisu, which originated in Venice, and who knows, maybe I'm gonna have my spritz there to have a chin chin too. So that's what is happening at 5 o'clock, so 2 hours from now. I want to thank also a few people. You know that I do have this amazing cup that Neil Portnoy made for me here in Las Vegas, and you can buy those cup. JJ is gonna find the card in a second, and the cup made it all the way to Ireland. È arrivata anche in Irlanda, and that's it. Grazie Antonio, thank you so much. Of course, Antonio Argentieri is a very famous pastry chef. Not so only pastry chef, he really he designed those amazing cakes, and he's gonna make a Giada pastry. That's what he was saying on this post on Facebook. And that cups that what Neil Portnoy made for me arrived all the way to Ireland. And by the way, you can order the cups too. JJ is gonna put the information in a second. You can order it, and it can be shipped out wherever you want in the world. You go to neilportnoy.com. Little notes, I read today on Facebook that Neil actually got the coronavirus. So Neil, keep strong, keep fighting. I hope you don't get it in a very severe things. And of course, I hope Dorothy, his wife, she's with him. I hope she's feeling well too. So Guy, we are thinking of you. If somebody is in contact with Neil or Dorothy, please give them our love. And what else? We also do on this program a lot of things for death awareness. So we are a beautiful circle of love, of friends and family here at the Giada Life. I've been going live for 112 days. So because of that, my friend Diane and Katie, they provided me with a beautiful mask. And wherever I am, everybody is asking me information. So you can buy there exclusively. Only a few, not many. So if you want to be one of the few people going around the world with that mask, believe me, it's a beautiful mask. It's very well made and is adjustable as the size of your face. You can go on giadavalenti.com/store and you can buy those masks. They are very exclusive, not many of them, so they are worth every penny, and you are gonna be helping us to spread death awareness around the globe. What else? Also,
Chamber of Commerce?
Oh yes, by the way, tonight also at 6 p.m. when I will be done with Elizabeth, I'm also going to be part of another Italian night, this time in Beverly Hills, all virtual events. So you can go from Atlanta, Georgia, from Las Vegas, I can go to Atlanta, Georgia, and then in 2 minutes I can go to Beverly Hills. I will be singing a song, part of an event for the Chamber of Commerce, together with some other amazing Danny Mendez, which was Miss Italia in 1996, Giorgio Tavecchio, which is an NFL athlete, and Manuela Arcuri, which is an Italian actress, and me, I will be singing a song, Volare. So I don't know if that event is also open for everybody. You have to register or be a member of the Chamber of Commerce, but should you be in Los Angeles or a member of the Chamber of Commerce, you can watch me sing also at 6, and otherwise join me at 5, as I will be singing for the other event, thebettybrand.com. Gigi, didn't find the information for the other one? There is a link.
We will post it again.
I'm going to post it on my social media as soon as I'm done, but otherwise it's bettybrand.com. .org, sorry, bettybrand.org, and it's happening today at 2 hours from now at 5 p.m. I will be hosting the event. Of course, I will be singing 2 songs, and I will be cooking 2 dishes: a pasta salad, and a dessert. And what else? Also, I want to give a hug and love to Sal and Diane. Sal Fiorentino had surgery this morning. Everything went well. Actually, I think he's watching us. So, Sal, I love you. I received a picture this morning, actually, just before he was going into surgery. And everything is well. So, he's watching. Welcome back home. And now he has to recover. What else? Saturday, I will be cooking. Of course, you're going to see me here in the kitchen again. So, here I am. We made a Bellini with peach puree that I made myself. And here I have a Spritz. So Bellini or Spritz? Spritz or Bellini? That's the question. This is Giada Valenti. It's now 3 p.m. almost in Las Vegas. Thank you for being with me. I will say chin chin. You hear it? And Diane said, yes, Sal is watching. So Diane, this is for a recovery of Sal. Guys, this is for all of you. I love you, and I'm going to be see you hopefully later for my event at 5 p.m. And otherwise, I'm going to be see you Saturday and Sunday. Please join me on Patreon, because now on Sunday we have music again. You have to join the Patreon page, patreon.com/Giada Valenti. But on Sunday, we're going to have Sunday love songs. We tried the camera last Sunday and it went very well. So I bought the system, and Sunday is going to be music. But first, later, I'm going to see you at 5 p.m. if you can make it at the bettybrand.org event. Chin chin, guys!
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, 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 dear old Auf Wiedersehen. See you tomorrow. A domani.